everyone, it's Karla from Casey Creates. I'm here. Sorry you can only see my hands, but I think it's really about the pot. So we're going to take some clay, shape it into a nice round ball, and I'm going to give you a demo on how to make a pinch pot. A pinch pot is one of the most basic forms that you can create by hand. It's also one of the best forms to start out any several different hand building projects. So you want to make a ball of clay about the size of a tennis ball or maybe a pool ball. When you're first starting out, you don't want to get clay that's a really large piece because it's just harder to manipulate. You also want to make sure your clay is pretty soft, not too soft, because then it'll be mushy and hard to work with, but too firm will definitely be hard to work with. So with a nice round ball of clay, you're going to hold it in whatever hand is most comfortable for you. Take your thumb, push and turn, push and turn. This process is just helping to open up the pot so that you'll be able to start pinching. Now make sure you don't pinch too far, because of course you don't want your thumb to come through the other end. And then you're going to take the flats of your fingers and just start pinching and turning and pinching and turning. Usually only my thumb lives on the inside as I pinch. I find that I have more, I can feel what's going on better this way. So your hand is basically moving like you're working a puppet. And then you take your finger, if you see any cracking, and just use light pressure and blend that in. You don't want to take a bunch of water to smooth out any cracking, because it'll oversaturate your clay and make it much harder to work with. So I always say if you use the right consistency of clay, the cracking shouldn't be a problem, and then if it is, just blending in with your finger should be fine. So I'm pinching and turning and widening out the pot. You'll also find that sometimes the thickness rests mostly in the bottom, so don't neglect to go down to the bottom and really work to thin that out. Turning it helps you not concentrate too much in one area, because that'll cause you to have a thin wall that could easily crack or puncture. So you're turning and pinching and widening it out as you go. So I'm going to keep going until I have about the shape of a half circle. Sometimes when people pinch, they like to lay it flat on the table and pinch. I don't recommend that because it's hard to get the thickness out of the bottom for one. And then if you don't want the bottom of your pinch pot to be flat, it'll definitely become flat by pressing it against the table. So I feel like I have more control and I can get the walls to the right thickness if I just hold it in my hand and turn and pinch at the same time. Pinching pots can be very relaxing, so I recommend if you're just starting out, or even if you just want a relaxing activity, make about 3 different balls of clay, cover 2 with a light piece of plastic so they don't dry out, and just have a relaxing time to pinch and unwind. And after you've got several, you can turn them into something else. Now I have my pinch pot created. It's a nice even form. And I have another one here. And there are projects that I'll come back and demo for you where you can actually seal 2 pinch pots together to start with a round form to create various kinds of pieces. But today, I just want to mostly concentrate on the actual simple form of a pinch pot. Let's check the wall thicknesses. The way you do that is you take a wire tool and you just slice down the middle of your pot and pull it open and check to see how well you've done with keeping the walls nice and even. Now I don't agree with this philosophy that a heavy pot is a bad pot. I think wall thickness is more important, because if you're going for a nice sturdy piece, you can't have super thin walls. But even walls is important. So there is what it looks like sliced through, and that's really what you want. Nice even walls from top to bottom. So that's my demo on how to create a pinch pot. Let's recap. You want to make a ball of clay with fairly soft clay, about the size of a tennis ball. You want to hold the ball in your hand so that it will stay nice and even and you can have more control as you pinch. And then the goal is to just pinch nice even wall thickness. Try not to overwork the lip where the top of the pot is. And if you see cracking, just use some firm pressure and blend the cracks out with your finger versus using water. So I hope you'll try making pinch pots and become really good at it by practicing, because practice makes perfect. And I'll be back again with another basic hand building technique for you. Have a great day.